Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of Gran Turismo 7. Now, I love racing games, I absolutely adore motorsport. So I thought, you know what, I want to upload what I enjoy. So I'm going to upload a little bit of Gran Turismo here, and we're going to be doing the World Touring Car 700 30-minute race for a whopping 550,000 credits in a custom Alfa Romeo MiTo from 2009. So let's get into this. We're going to have to be looking at the fuel, and we're going to have to make a pit stop because it might rain. But I made the livery for this car. I think it looks pretty nice. It's the first livery I've made in a long time, but let's get into this. I'm not going to be talking as much as I usually do, because I'm going to be partially locked in on driving. Trying not to embarrass myself. On that brake balance. Audi just doesn't want to leave me any space, fair enough. Open that weather radar up at the bottom right to make sure I'm going to keep an eye on that. And the fuel as well. We've got 2.3 laps of fuel. The weather radar's in mid, I need to keep my eye on. But this car being front wheel drive, I have to completely change my driving style. I'm used to like sliding through the corners. I have to completely change with this thing. You know, I'm not sliding through the corners anymore. I'm now having to wait and understeer a little bit. And the Subaru's giving me no room at all here. I have just overtaken a Porsche Cayman in an Alfa Romeo MiTo. I mean, or a MiTo, whatever you want to call it. I did spend a very long time setting up the suspension and everything on this car. And the gearing. So this should be strong around the outside of the Evo right there. Nice. Up to 12th already. The tyres are actually holding on a lot better than I expected them to. You can see the tyres at the, well, towards the bottom left, where it says RS at the top and bottom. The red line is how much the tyres have worn. As you can see, it's still got quite a bit of life in them. It's a long lap here at the Circuit de la Sarre. That was a very aggressive lunge. And I got a track limit penalty, that's nice. For not breaching the track limits, I mean, fair enough. I had nowhere else to go, so I'll just accept it. It's not going to affect me so much, it's a half a second long. Just have to wait until next lap to serve that. But we're up to 10th already. If this was Formula 1, we'd be scoring a singular point. And now my favourite part of the track, the Porsche curves. I love this part of the track. I've got a Mustang in the way, who's not driving this very well. I need clear air for this part. And now that was a beautiful switchback. What a move. See if he's got more pace. He does not. I don't know how this thing's actually got so much pace. It's just unbelievable. I mean, look at it. This thing. Unbelievable. I say the big negative of this car is its brakes. They're not exactly fantastic. A little bit of slide there, I liked that. And the engine sounds really nice. Especially the transmission, you can hear the transmission every time I change gear. It's like a heavy transmission that, and it's lovely, what a sound. And I've noticed on the weather radar at the bottom right of it, we've got some rain coming. That's like quite a lot of rain. I think I'm going to have to pit at the end of this lap. Ooh, slid wide a bit there. We are going to have to serve our half-second penalty. That is heavy rain that's coming. We are definitely going to be pitting. We are absolutely going to pit. I mean, we're going to have to because of the fuel anyway, but that is nasty rain. I've seen bits of class 5 rain in there, which is very heavy, which is the yellow bits. Full wets. The rain should start falling very soon. Yep, there it is. There's the rain. We'll see if anybody else decides to go for the wet tyres. Right, we're going to go full on the fuel. And we're going to drop ourselves into a little bit of a lower fuel mode. Yep, it's already starting to get wet. That's heavy. There's a yellow because the Ferrari's off. Bad mixture on the weather radar. There's even more rain coming, which we've made the right decision on our tyres, that's for sure. And when we exited the pits, we were about a minute behind the leaders. We're now 36 seconds away. This was definitely the right strategy choice. The fuel. It just breaks on a stream, Phil. Doesn't look like there's heavy rain coming, it's just a class 1, so this will do, all it'll do really is just keep it track at the same level of wetness really. It's not going to add anything to it. I hope these guys don't understeer into me. And as you can see, I'm now gaining a ridiculous amount of time on the cars ahead. Look at the difference. This is what wet tyres do, scything my way through the traffic. Seven seconds now. 6 seconds, the gap is just falling and falling and falling. And they're going to go into the pits and hand the race lead over to me. There is a bit more heavy rain coming, so this is perfect. 2 laps of fuel. looking pretty good here. Just gotta keep it nice and steady and keep the car on the track. Because this is front wheel drive, I'm not really going to be losing the rear in the wet. The main problem I need to look out for is understeering and aquaplaning. But there's not enough water for this for me to be aquaplaning right now, so I've just got to keep an eye on the understeering. Here comes some more rain. I see a little bit of green in there. I see a tiny bit of green, which is class 4, which is heavy. Like really heavy, so hopefully if that hits, it's good, it keeps the track wet. It means I won't have to change tyres when I pit towards the end, I just need to add a little bit of fuel. A bit more rain coming now. Class 3. A bit of class 2 and then a bit of class 3. Class 4 rain is just going to miss us. Which I say that, we might get a little bit of it in a minute. I'm trying to be so careful on the brakes. Okay, class 4 missed us. Heard a puddle a second ago, which is I am over a minute in the lead. Well, this has now just become a 12-minute Sunday drive. I mean, when I pit, I might actually change to inters. Because the track is already going to start to dry out quite a bit. I mean, as you can see, it is already drying out. The line is starting to form. Saying that, is that at the bottom of the radar? Is that even more rain? Quite funny if that actually is even more rain. Yeah, if it actually hits us, that is slightly annoying because I wanted to go on the inters. Look at that, in clear air, Porsche goes so much faster. There is definitely more rain coming. I see class 4s and 5s in there. Well, 3, 4 and 5 is like that. It will definitely make the track a lot more slippy. Whereas class 6 and 7 is biblical. Like, I think I've only had Class 7 once on this game. And let me tell you, when I say it's biblical, I mean biblical. Like, you can scarcely believe how heavy it is. It's similar to like Assetto Corsa with 100% rain on. The wipers are left together gone, as the rain is coming. And a lot of it. Just as the dry line starts to form, so if anybody wants to pit and go for inters, I wouldn't make that decision. It's a really bad idea. It doesn't look like anyone's going to be doing that. There's a wet line here. Oh no, someone did. Portilla pitted. Oh, he's on a hard time? Yeah, I'd get off that. There we go, here comes some really heavy stuff. Not much of it, but some. It's just keeping the track wet at this point. I mean, I think Inters was probably the right choice. To be fair, I thought the track was going to be a bit wetter. Well, I say that, it is going to be now, if that stays on us for a while. Yep, now it's very wet. Now I'm starting to lock the brakes a little bit. Look at how wet that is now. There we go. Now this is wet weather tyres. And now I'm starting to pull a gap on the cars behind. So they are definitely on inters. Which the inters are now going to be really struggling to push this much more. But if I go off the racing line, it's just horrible. Definitely gonna have to pit here. Alright, we're on inters. I say we're going to need about 2 laps of fuel here. Right, let's hope Inters were the right choice. They don't feel awful. The only thing is, because Haywood didn't pit, I can't just slow down and let this lap run itself down. It would have been nice to have done that, because then I wouldn't have to do an extra lap, but it looks like we are going to be having to do an extra lap. Now I need to keep my eye on this fuel. I mean, look at the moisture meter at the bottom left. It is getting very dry. And Haywood is definitely on Inters because I am now starting to pull away mid-corner. His Inters will be like starting to drop off a little bit. I need to stay on the wet stuff out on the outside. And the wet, keep the tyres cool. Trying to save a little bit of fuel so I can put myself in a higher fuel mode for the final lap. If I now think about it, I can probably just drop to fuel mode 3 now. There we go, this will be the final lap. What I will say though is if Haywood doesn't pit, which he hasn't, he has worked an absolute miracle with his fuel. Tell you what, he needs to thank his strategist for the fuel and tyres. That's how he's done this. There we go, on to the final lap. Lap 7 of them. To be fair, much changing race here at the Circuit de la Sarre. I mean, we're here in France, I mean, typical France weather, like rain, dry, more rain, dry, a lot more rain, then dry again. But we just got to make it to the flag here, not make any silly mistakes, and the win will be ours. And because I've got myself the full power mode for the fuel, hopefully we can get the fastest lap as well. We've got to be a 4:22.777. Which is possible. I mean, optimal's a 4:21.9. Oh, I locked the brakes, that's... Front tyres are getting dead as well, so that kind of explains why it was so easy to lock the front brakes there. That has definitely made the fastest lap a bit more of a challenge to get. Car is definitely struggling with braking a bit now. Oh, it's understeery. Gonna need an absolute miracle for fastest lap here. I need to be so careful on these final chicanes. We're not going to get the fastest lap, but we are going to get the win. There we go. From last to first, against GT4 cars in an Alfa Romeo MiTo, won by 18.3 seconds. Well, there we go. There it is, 825,000 credits. Thank you everyone for watching. I might do this again. I mean, I enjoyed doing this. If you enjoyed watching it, I'll do it again. So, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.